Whenever I think about my favorite game of all time, Persona 5, my mind tends to return to a few of the same topics. How the story is perfect in highlighting oppression that a lot of young people face and how standing up to said oppression can impact those around you. How the art direction takes after the noir aesthetic while blending in aspects of revolutionary art to go along with the game's themes. And how the developers created the perfect character to offer in deep moments of introspection, all while being able to fuel moments of humor and break apart any tension. That character is Yusuke Kitagawa.
Let's try and forget about those things for now.
But people are waiting for us to fix society. We don't got time to be relaxing over here. Ain't that right, Yusuke? Wait, what the hell?
Overseas travel provides a great opportunity for new insight. I'd prefer we stay here a bit longer.
What are you doing here? Wasn't your school supposed to be going to Los Angeles?
Apparently, they couldn't land the plane due to a terrible storm brewing on the west coast. There were no signs of it letting up, so our destination was changed on the spot to Hawaii.
Do you just bring rain wherever you go?
Yusuke is a young artist who's focused on the beauties of the natural world, often looking at things with a more poetic point of view. We're introduced to him as he follows on from the shadows, aiming to capture her essence in a portrait. At this point in the game, Yusuke is studying under the world-renowned artist Ichiryusai Madarame, a man heralded for his modest lifestyle and varied works of art that hold deep emotions, the most important of which being the Sayori. The Phantom Thieves are a bit skeptical of Madarame due to an encounter in Mementos in which it's implied that Madarame plagiarizes the works of his students. So, with a connection in Yusuke, the Phantom Thieves plan to use An in order to infiltrate the artist's palace and make him fess up to his crimes. Yusuke only accepts to do this on the grounds that he gets to paint An naked, leading to one of the funniest interactions in the game.
Oh no, it was nothing.
By the way, have you gained some weight?
You think so? I weigh the same as always. Maybe I'm bloated today.
So then, can you,
Despite the implications of a nude painting, he's solely doing this for the integrity of art, which I find to be hilarious considering An is the girl that everybody obsesses over. In the Phantom Thieves' efforts to take down Madarame, it's revealed to Yusuke that his mentor is a fraud, printing multiple copies of his signature Sayori to lie about its authenticity and sell it to anyone interested. He's initially resistant to the true nature of his mentor, attempting to find any goodness left in the man, but the more he tries, the more he begins to resent the artist. It's a really interesting depiction of Stockholm Syndrome, since all he's known is the guiding hand of his mentor, who, behind the scenes, was profiting off of the work from the students he's claimed to be bettering. Within Madarame's palace, Yusuke stands up to him, or well, his shadow, and he's appalled at the full 180 that the man's palace takes from his humble abode in the real world to an over-extravagant museum showcasing the students who Madarame is piggybacking off of. Yusuke stands up for the meaning of art, claiming that his mentor is too focused on greed and luxury rather than creating something truly beautiful with meaning. Through this, he awakens to his persona, Goemon. Now, the story of Goemon is essentially another Robin Hood-esque tale where a thief takes from the rich to give to the poor. On top of that, Goemon was said to be a skilled swordsman, which Yusuke takes after in his weapon of choice, the katana. Goemon also highlights Yusuke's extravagant personality and his more professional appearance. Goemon carries a large decorated pipe, all while he's clad in eccentric traditional Japanese robes. In his speech to Yusuke, he even tells the young artist that the world is filled with beauty and vice, and that it's his duty to tell people which is which. Yusuke's metaverse attire includes a kitsune mask, a supernatural creature that's known for being a trickster, something that the Phantom Thieves embrace by doing good from the shadows in unconventional ways, often receiving the ire of the general public. In Madarame's palace, the young artist discovers more about the man he once called his sensei, all while strengthening his own passion for art. This all comes to a climax when Shadow Madarame reveals that he stole the Sayuri from Yusuke's own mother as he allowed her to die from a seizure. As the player, this revelation was appalling. You go from a crime that's relatively tame in plagiarism to the monumental transgression of allowing someone to die when you could have just as easily saved their life. And then on top of that, you steal their art, so I guess you went 2 for 2. I can't imagine the betrayal that Yusuke was feeling. While he never knew his mother and had lived with Madarame his whole life, Madarame took away the opportunity for him to have a connection with his mother. Yet, the Sayuri, the painting that inspired him to become an artist, was created by his own mother, and the true nature of it is revealed to be a self-portrait where she's looking lovingly at her own child. Once you take down Madarame and Yusuke comes into the possession of the true Sayuri painting, he becomes a valuable member of the Phantom Thieves. His dynamic within the group is the eccentric guy hyper-fixated on his passions of art and beauty in the real world. Due to his fixations and his unique way of viewing the world, this can often lead to him being socially aloof at times. He'll commonly look at things with an artistic point of view, adding a unique and often unintentionally funny perspective on things. Looking at his Showtime attacks, when Yusuke partners up with Ryuji, the two blend Yusuke's passion for art with Ryuji's love for food to create a beautiful bowl of ramen, before the two emptied all their bullets into the shadow that interrupted them. With An, the two put on a glorious routine showcasing traditional Japanese art and designs, before Yusuke comes in with the finishing blow. When the Phantom Thieves visit the beach, when most teenage boys would be focused on girls, Yusuke buys 2 lobsters for the sake of art, which is absolutely hilarious.
By the way, where's Yusuke?
So this is where you two were. I've been searching for you.
What are you doing with those lobsters?
While you were busy with your interrogation, I found these beautiful specimens on sale, and so I decided to spend the last of my money on them.
That adds on to another one of Yusuke's little quirks, that he's terrible at managing his money. The lobsters aren't the only instance of this. He's often out of funds to pay for meals or train tickets, opting instead to buy more art supplies that he doesn't need. While I wish you could give money to him since infiltrating palaces really fills up your wallet, it's nice to see that the Phantom Thieves have his back and can help him pay for necessities. While it may seem that he's shaken off his worries after Madarame's palace, Yusuke's confidant tells a completely different story. Yusuke comes to you asking for help to aid him in finding proper inspiration for a new art piece since he was in the midst of an artist's block. He's also concerned about the purpose of his art. While he aspires to pursue beauty and emotion, if he can't produce something soon, he'll lose his scholarship and housing at Kosei High School. So the two of you journey to Mementos to capture the essence of the heart, since Mementos is the collective desire of the public. This leads to the creation of the piece Desire, which is panned by critics due to its lack of originality and meaning. Burdened with temptations to quit art altogether, you help him rediscover meaning and beauty in the natural world. This takes the two of you back to Madarame's shack where Yusuke grew up. He spills his fears that he may be falling victim to the same desires that once plagued his sensei, a vulnerable and introspective moment that has him seriously consider his future in art. Yusuke then meets the director of the Japanese Art Support Foundation, who offers to market Yusuke as the tragic pupil to the artist racked with impure desires. Yusuke declines the offer, being appalled at the nature of how he'd be paraded around and would ultimately succeed based off of his connection to Madarame. He proclaims that he does not create art for the money or attention that it brings, but in order to showcase beauty and emotion. He then enters into an art competition to try and win the Foundation's support as the prize based solely off of his own efforts, but his passion for art continues to be overshadowed by his need to prove himself, leading to more concerns over his desires. The turning point of his confidant is when you help him view his desires in a different light, creating a piece that so beautifully blends both the desires that plague mankind with the hope that shines through it to power humanity. At the art competition, the director applauds Yusuke, claiming to have lit a fire underneath the young artist in order to draw out the best from him. He once again offers the support and resources of the foundation, to which Yusuke declines again, proclaiming that his friends are his hope, and that unlike Madarame, he will not be overcome with desire. In my opinion, this elegantly showcases one of the main themes of Persona 5, since every palace ruler is held victim to it. But Yusuke's confidant shows that it's only human to have desires, but we must learn to control it, since without desire, we wouldn't be living. While his acceptance of desire is portrayed excellently within his confidant, Persona 5 Royal shows a different kind of desire come from the young artist. Within Persona 5 Royal's third semester, the world is altered to where everybody has their deepest wishes granted. Yusuke's is to be under Madarame's care once again, albeit this time the artist is a good mentor and father figure to him. While not being as deep as some of the other Phantom Thieves, this shows how Yusuke still yearns for the connection he had with Madarame while he was oblivious to the man's actions, and he wishes for the guidance to blossom into a skilled artist, potentially showing some doubt or imposter syndrome coming from the young man. Yusuke eventually realizes the truth, and how he can't just turn back on all of the growth he experienced in the aftermath of Madarame's crimes. I truly do love Yusuke as a character, not only because he's really funny and quirky at times due to his social unawareness and how he's unintentionally written to be neurodivergent coded, but also due to the ideas and lessons brought up in his storyline, culminating in his growth and a rekindled passion for art. If you love Yusuke just as much as I do, let me know down in the comments below, or hey, check out any of the other analyses I've done on the Persona 5 cast. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video, which we discuss one of the most divisive Phantom Thieves, Makoto Nijima.